USA $900 billion is a COVID package for Americans. The U.S. House of Representatives and Senate are expected to vote on Monday on a $900 billion COVID aid package that would provide substances for American households and business. As we all know that due to COVID, many people lost their jobs because of shifting their offline jobs to online jobs. It came as a surge in COVID-19 infections, with the U.S. recording nearly 18 million confirmed cases, adding more than 200,000 cases per day. The country's death toll stands more than 317,000 people, according to the sources. This package was introduced by the Senate and the U.S. House after weeks of negotiation. The Democratic and Republican leaders clashed over how much money should be provided by the government, as the number of the jobless people are increasing day by day. How the package is given. The leaders announced on Sunday the measure $600 direct payments to most people, with the amount phasing are for those with incomes above $75,000 per year. Even though the leaders reached this deal, but some experts says that it might take weeks to reach the aid to them because of the outdated government systems. The new bill also includes $284 billion for the Paycheck Protection Program, an initiative meant to help businesses keep workers employed during a period in which the economic pressure of the pandemic may have forced added layoff. There is also $300 per week in unemployment benefits for 11 weeks, as well as $82 billion for local schools and universities, $25 billion in rental assistance, $15 billion for theaters and $10 billion for child care. There is also $4 billion to help other countries with vaccination efforts for COVID-19, the disease caused by the coronavirus. There will be another major rescue package for the American people, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said in a statement Sunday. As our citizens continue battling the coronavirus this holiday season, they will not be fighting alone. This shows that there is a relief for the citizens by the government. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the relief bill is just a first step. It is not the end of the story, it is not the end of the job, Schumer told reporters. Anyone who thinks this bill is enough does not know what's going on in America. President-elect Joe Biden expressed the same circumstances as he welcomed the announcement of the aid deal, saying in a statement that work is far from over. Immediately, starting in the new year, Congress will need to get to work on support for our COVID-19 plan, for support to struggling families, and investments in jobs and economic recovery. There will be no time to waste, Biden said. White House spokesman Ben Williamson said U.S. President Donald Trump supported the bill and would sign it into law. Note it is said that 12 million Americans to lose jobless aid, if the Congress fails to act. This statement is so shocking because this time the citizens are fully dependent on the president. How the people are gonna paid. The measure contains an up to $600 direct payment to most Americans, and $600 per child, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, D. Califf, and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, said in a statement. That is less than the 1,200 checks approved in the spring. The measure would provide a federal unemployment benefit of $300 a week for roughly 10 weeks, less than the $600 provided under the Coronavirus Aid, Relief and Economic Security Act passed in March. The bill also would give an additional federal benefit of $100 weekly to those who earned at least $5,000 a year in self-employment income, but are disqualified from receiving a more generous pandemic unemployment assistance benefit because they are eligible for state jobless aid. How to get paid sick leave. Families first required many employers to provide workers with 2 weeks of sick leave related to COVID-19 at full pay, and up to 12 weeks of family and medical leave to care for family members at 2/3 pay. As many as 87 million workers could lose access to emergency paid leave at the end of the month. If those benefits aren't extended, it would limit workers' ability to stay home to quarantine after COVID-19 exposure, or care for a child whose school or daycare is closed. What else is in the package? The package includes an extension of the Small Business Paycheck Protection Program, which expanded eligibility to local newspapers, broadcasters and non-profits. It will direct another $20 billion to small business grants and $15 billion to live event venues. The measure increased funding for vaccine distribution and coronavirus testing. It also provided $13 billion in increased benefits for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP.